There we go. We're now recording. Happy days. So, welcome to the podcast. A drummer that's pretty well known in the piping scene, I have to say, is Mr. Kerr McQuillan. Kerr, how are you, sir?
Yeah, all good, Rab. How are you?
Good. I'm great, thanks, mate. Yeah, all good. I'm way too over caffeinated for this podcast this week, but all good. And also joining us this week, we have Chris Coates as well. Hi, Chris. How you doing?
Not bad, Rab. Thanks very much for having us.
No bother at all. Now, the reason I brought both of you fellas on board the podcast this week is because Kerr has been incredibly busy on social media, I think it would be fair to say. You've relaunched yourself, Kerr, with KMQ. Do you want to tell us about this?
Yeah, from the very start, I've been releasing videos on Facebook, Instagram, and my social media platforms. And I feel like social media is such a big influence, especially for us young people. And it could be a big game changer for the pipe band world. But I was posting videos, me in my room, drumming, innocent videos, but then I wanted to kind of up the quality, but not take away from what I was actually doing and the innocence of it. So I spoke to Chris, who I'd met the season previous, and we just got chatting, and Chris was able to help. And we just started having a think about what kind of content we'd like to release. And something we kind of focused on was we liked the idea of me in my room, drumming, enjoying the music, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And we didn't want to take that away, but upping the quality in terms of the audio and video. And Chris was able to help me with that.
So, Chris, you're the guy responsible for these incredibly high production value videos. For the folks out there who haven't seen these, by the way, go and check them out. They're incredible. Chris, do you want to tell us about the process then in making these videos?
Yeah, for sure. So for me, it's interesting because I'm a wee bit older than Kerr, but we're at the same sort of point on a journey where I'm really just starting to take this serious, the media and the creating the videos, and he's obviously rebranding and starting to take his brand very seriously. So it's a good relationship from that point that we can work together. And basically, I'd done some work. My media involvement in pipe band sort of stretches back to when I played with Lomond and Clyde, and me and my younger brother started making sort of little promo videos for the days of the majors that we'd release, and then it kind of just kept growing. And I was lucky enough to do some work with Jordan Bailey and Kerr's dad, Stevie, his brand Proline, and we made a website for them and a couple of promo videos, and then it was really off the back of that we got speaking to Kerr, and it basically what Kerr said. I said I'd never want to take away from the authenticity and the sincerity of your brand, but we could develop it, and it was something he was very passionate about. So really off that we got towards making the first video, Addison Ray it's called, that you've obviously seen, and made that, and we shot it back in June, July, when there was a sort of easement in the lockdown and we were able to see each other. And then really one thing led to another, and it ended up just getting a bit delayed, and we decided further on November, let's probably get it out, let's get it finished. And then off the back of that, he obviously told me about the opportunity he has through the excellent cause for the kids charity concert, and that's the sort of thing we've been working on since, is to prepare his performance for that, which we've just finished doing actually.
There you go. So, Chris, you're the guy responsible then for all the drone footage and stuff of the Clyde. Would that be right?
Yeah. So when we first started that, there was another young guy in the band, Liam, that really started that, and we put out, you might or might not remember, we put out a performance of our medley from that year, and it was at Glasgow Green, and that really started the push for it. And then from that, mainly me and my younger brother made these sort of promo videos that we like to put out on the days of majors, and it really, to do with the sort of media work we do in pipe bands, it really just took off from there. Yeah,
that was fantastic, honestly. I remember speaking about it at the time on the radio, saying, guys, you have to go and see this video, it's amazing. So yeah, kind of segues into what we're looking forward to now, Kerr, in the 20th of February with the Kids with Cancer charity event. You have been heavily involved in producing, I'm not going to give it away because I've been warned not to, but quite an incredible performance for this concert. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so back when I got a message from Gary asking if we would play, it was obviously a no-brainer for such a great cause as Chris has mentioned. But I sat down and I think to myself what I wanted it to be about, because I could have recorded myself on my phone playing Jig's hornpipe, the standard type of thing, and I thought that's great, that's brilliant. People have done it. I've done that in the past at the charity night, but I thought, why don't I do something different, because I've got time in my hands as well through the lockdowns and not being a band or etc. So we sat down with a chat. I brought Chris into discussion, and we thought about what we wanted it to look like. And again, it's the innocence of me just drumming. But again, we want to enhance the audio and the video. But we thought, why don't we have a piece in it that relates to everyone? Now, that is a hard thing to do, and to piece all that together. Because it could be one musical genre into another. But we spent months deciding on the perfect tunes and transitions to go into each one. And finally, we're pretty happy with what we got. But in terms of what's in it, obviously not giving too much away, there are different musical genres. There's a traditional side, and it's a big production similar to the Addison Rae video. But in our opinion, it's probably upping it just a slight bit again. And that's because my journey, we want to incrementally take little steps and building my profile. And I think that's shown through our videos as well, that we're loving the journey that we're going on. But it's just a small incremental steps as well.
That's it. I was coming across, Kerr, to be honest, watching your first few videos, as you say, you're just recording them in the house on your cell phone.
Yeah.
But now, seeing where they're at now, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I've seen the video, and I'm not allowed to tell people what's in it, but oh my God. People are in for a hell of a treat. So I have to tell you now, if you're listening now and you haven't got tickets, go and grab them. Even if it's just to watch KMQ do his thing, you need to go and see this. So tickets available on eventbrite.co.uk. There you are. Shameless plug. See the way I worked that in there?
Yeah.
You nearly think I do this for a living. There you go. So lads, can I ask you then, you did say social media is incredibly important, especially for the younger generation. How do you feel piping and drumming use social media, and how could they do it better?
It's a difficult one, because social media, it's a fickle kind of world, because it's easily criticised. And that's something me and Chris have discussed a lot, is that we don't want to go out there and push stuff on my page that, again, can't be replicated. So if I release this big video and we can't replicate it, it's hard. So there's got to be consistency with social media. There's a lot of younger bands now, a lot of more juvenile systems. I know Chris is at Uddingston, and his band got a great system, and same at Boghall. And a lot of these younger kids look to social media, and if they're in pipe bands, they want to see videos, pipers and drummers, and I feel like we can really utilise it more. I don't know, how do you feel about that, Chris?
I think social media's now been around for a long time, but almost pipe bands are a bit slow to the races, in the sense that if you look around, I think I like to do in all elements of my approach to pipe bands is taking external influences from different industries, completely different things, and every industry, sport, anything in the world uses social media and really tries to use it not just to promote the individual entity, but to try and expand it and grow it. And for me, that's always been the aim behind any work I've done in pipe bands. It's not a selfish thing at the heart of it to promote one person or to show them off. It's really to bring and try and access new people and a new audience for the game and try grow it, because a game we all love, and I'm sure we'd love to see it reach new heights and bring new people into it. So that's where it comes from. And I think I wish people would do more, but it's a difficult one, as everyone knows, because there's a lot of opinions flying about, and but I've said this to Kerr since the start, and I've tried to tell my work with, if you're authentic to yourself and true to who you are, what makes you feel good and what you're happy about, and you can't be slated for that if you're authentic and honest in your approach to everything.
That's it. You can't go far wrong, I'm sure. Yeah, but honestly, I think social media is kind of like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Now, hold on, bear with me on this one. The Red Hot Chili Peppers brought in guitars and drums and took it, a non-piping audience, and everyone was like, wow, what are they doing? That's terrible. And the piping scene was like, No, we all hate the Chili's. But that band has been responsible for taking piping to a completely different level, bringing so many non-piping folk to the piping world. And they're all now involved in playing because of the Chili's. And now piping fans are saying, oh, yeah, I love the Chili's from the start. So I did, you know. So I think that's exactly where social media is at the moment. You know, pipe banders are kind of afraid of it and think, oh no, I'll never put a photo on Instagram or never upload a Snapchat or something because it's frowned upon. And I reckon you're 100% right that they're kind of a little bit stuck in the mud and can be doing more, I feel. Yeah. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I mean, pipe bands, it's such a wide age gap as well. I think this is the thing, is some people are more used to social media than others. But I think everyone's got to kind of have an open mind about it, because maybe some of the older people in pipe bands don't understand, but the guys have got to kind of learn and think about the other guys at this side.
Yeah.
Who that social media is their thing. I mean, you look at pop bands and stuff who really promote themselves on social media, clothing brands, it is the way forward, in my opinion.
Totally.
And if pipe bands want to progress, we've got to follow that model.
That's indeed. Yeah, I can't agree more.
I think the Chili Pipe is a great example, and I've been lucky enough to do a dozen gigs with Chili Pipers as a piper, and seeing that the influence they have and the amount of attention they can grab is great. So through my position in Islington, worked closely with Cassidy, the leading drummer, for a number of years now, and he's obviously one of the core sort of members and full time, and seeing the way that people interact with him because of how he is as a role model is incredible, in the sense that I remember when we flew over to do the All Ireland solos, he was getting stopped going off the plane by random people, and I know he probably doesn't enjoy it that much, but influence and bringing in people that have got nothing to do with pipe bands and showing them what we can be about is great, because it is a great sport. I mean, unless we're all insane, you know, we give up copious amounts of our time. We actually pay to do it. We don't get paid to do it, and to incredibly high level. There's something brilliant about the game and the way it is that makes us all want to do that. So I think if we can, what a selling point as a marketer, as a sort of someone in marketing, like sell that across the world, and I think people will come, because it's a great game, and the competitiveness behind it is something else that I predict in time is going to get bigger, and it's going to be a much more competitive thing, because it's so unique in terms of music groups and musicians competing against each other is the thing.
Yeah,
there's nothing like it, you know.
Yeah.
Definitely. So I need to ask then, obviously with the pandemic and everything that struck, you did say that it has affected how you guys were going to be throwing yourselves forward in 2020. Now we're in 2021. The pandemic, we hope, will be ending this year with a bit of luck with vaccines and stuff. What does the future hold for yourselves, lads, going forward? Do we any new content in that?
Yeah, definitely. It's something we're always thinking about together. I think the main thing and the good thing about working with Chris is we both like to think before we do. So we're constantly thinking of new ideas, and in the charity night video, we see different genres of music. That's something we really look to push, because as we we're just speaking about there, about growing the pipe band market, it's something like pushing the different musical genres as a way to get other people in pipe bands as well. So it's definitely something me and Chris are looking to do after we get this pandemic over with, whenever that is.
Yeah.
In terms of bands with the pandemic as well, it's a difficult one, because no one knows it's going to be over. So it's hard for us to prepare, and just like ourselves with social media and stuff, it's hard for everyone to predict, but something we've got to get on with.
Yeah.
I think from my perspective, the plans moving forward, really, we released the Addison Rae video, and we're lucky to get good feedback, and then it was from there we were planning for the charity concert video. And I think something that I'm trying to live by is everyone's seen that life's too short and you can't take things for granted, so just go for it. And I think that the video that you've obviously seen, Rab, shows that, and that I think that's what we're going to do, is just go for it. And I think even though the video is high production, there's a lot of things that I would imagine, no disrespect to anyone, Kerr's performance would be quite different to any of the others on the concert, which is no bad thing. It's still sincere to him, and that's the sort of and the backbone of what we want to do going forward, is to stay true to what he is, because you'll know Rab is the same as myself. We've seen Kerr since he could barely walk in a kilt with drumsticks, and he's so far managed to carry that through, and he's at a sort of Goldilocks age now that, and with the power of social media and his ability to shout out to the world, this is who I am, and it's just really exciting moving forward. And the main thing for me is to not just serve as a service to him, but be able to teach him ways that he can continue to grow the momentum himself without having to get external people to come in all the time.
100%, Chris. Exciting times, Kerr, I have to say, man, honestly. I know I've spoke to you many times on the show, but since you've had the relaunch on the KMQ, and I see you're wearing your merch as well, for those watching the video, KMQ merch, go and sell it. I love it, man. It's really exciting. So going forward then, after the charity concert then, do you want to give us a little tease then, possibly what you might have in front of you after the concert?
Continuation of what we've really been doing. But again, it's taking the steps. Again, as I said, musical genres, exploring different avenues. But I think mainly just enjoying my music is a main thing for me, and staying true to myself. But yeah, exploring music with different musical genres, and I mean, the traditional music is another avenue that I'm really interested in as well, as well as pipe bands. I've been looking into Indian sort of music, different style of drums. So these are all things that we'll take into account, and all that's going to do for me is broaden my musical knowledge and stuff as well. So a lot of exciting stuff ahead.
Indeed. Now, Kerr, I have you here. I have to ask you about one of my favorite platforms this last while, TikTok. I've been obsessed with TikTok because you have to have the attention span of a goldfish. Every video lasts about 60 seconds. But your videos, man, I can't tell you just how amazing they are. With these drumming videos that you've been doing this last while in the car. Tell us about the idea behind this. Where did that come from?
It's TikTok's another social media platform for everyone, it seems, excepting pipe bands. Everyone's utilising, and it's absolutely crazy. So it was a no-brainer for me to get on the platform. And then you're thinking, well, who else do you know that posts drumming, piping videos? And well, we've seen a few, like yourself, Rab. And it is fun as well. It's staying true to the music, but it's having fun and enjoying. And again, hopefully, I know there's lots of people that comment in videos saying, oh, this is super cool. How do you do this? How do we get into it, sort of thing as well? So it's fun, and it's getting new people into pipe bands. And in the car, it's easy as well. You just put music through the radio, drumming, having fun. That's what it's all about.
Just start playing. Chris, this is what we were saying about folks engaging on social media, and that's what I've seen on TikTok on Kerr's videos. People saying, "Oh my God, that's amazing! Where do I go to learn how to do that?" So, isn't that something that we can achieve really through social media?
For sure. I think TikTok is a great one because it's like a tasting menu. It's like I've seen boys in the band, for example, bring their girlfriends and partners and stuff to the Worlds, and they trot them around for 8 hours a day, and it's no surprise they come around and say, maybe a bit too much. But TikTok, go on 60 seconds, a high sort of octane 60 seconds, and you're like, wow, that's really good. And then you can grow that from there. And I think, across the world they have TikTok, and you can reach anywhere, and it's that you can see some of the statistics on Kerr's videos, and the reach that he's getting is incredible. So I think it's like you say, it's a really great analogy used with the Chili Pipers, and it was taboo, and now I love them to start with. I've got a t-shirt, it's like
that's it,
same thing. And I think it'll just it takes people though to be willing to put themselves out there like Kerr is doing, take a bit of criticism and just try. He's pulling everyone forward. Really, if we're going to be honest about it, he's pushing everyone forward. And yourself as well, Rab, I cannot take it away from you. The amount that you do on social media to take this game forward is incredible as well. So more power to you. And I think if we can get more people pulling, because it's not, as I said, It's never, for me anyway, it's not for selfish reasons. It's not to promote myself. My face isn't in any of his videos. It's to bring the whole game forward and make it a game that's more attractive to everyone, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. And as you say, we're not all becoming millionaires from the piping game. And
no.
But that's not what this is about. We're trying to promote and show folk our absolute love for it, you know, and that's really coming across. So, guys, I have to say, keep up the incredible work. We're nothing but huge fans. And Kerr, keep TikToking, man. Those videos are incredible.
Yeah.
So for everyone then who aren't aware, then do you have any like points of contact and stuff, and you know, direct people where they can go and view your material?
Yeah, so again, if you want to get in contact or anything, just through messaging, or I'm gonna shameless plug for the merch here. Bios on Instagram, Big Cartel, it's a link, it's always in the bio. And I usually in my posts I say link in bio, so if you're looking at posts, it'll be there. Just touching on one more thing before we go here about the social media.
Yeah,
is that something with the TikTok we've tried to do is we've looked at all the different social media platforms and what they offer. So TikTok, it's all different content you're going to see and everything. So Facebook is your kind of longer videos that's drumming. TikTok, a bit of fun. Instagram, more picture based. So across all the different platforms, there's something for everyone, and that's what we also try to create as well.
There you go. Yeah, there's tons of great drumming content on all of those platforms. Yeah, so there you go. No, fantastic work, lads. Keep it up. You know, I know this pandemic's rubbish at the moment and we're all kind of locked away, but you guys keep churning out the goodness and it's just really entertaining the piping masses. So thank you, guys. There you are. Grant, well, that's it for another Rab Show podcast. I have to say a huge thank you for you guys for joining us this week. Thank you very much. And if you do have any questions for the lads, I'm sure they can contact you direct, I think, on social media. Yeah. Or, of course, you can message ourselves here in the Rab Show. BigRabShow@gmail.com. Shameless plug for our email. There you go. Thanks a million, lads. Take care.
Cheers.